Hey man, is that the brand new iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus? No, this is Android. Keep your dirty iPhone hands away from my phone.
What's up YouTube? Jeff here again from highonandroid.com, and today I'm going to get into my review of the Samsung Galaxy S6. I just got this model about a week ago from T-Mobile. I ordered it the first day they were available and then had it in my hand since last Tuesday. So today I'm going to go ahead and get into this phone and also try to give you some idea of, is this phone worth picking up? If you love a good camera, is this the phone to get? If you love using a fluid interface, is this the phone to get? So today I'm going to run through my S6 review, and then I'll also have my HTC One M9 review up later today or tomorrow. So if you take a look at both of the reviews, you can get some idea which is the best phone for you, depending on your preferences. I'll also break down some similarities and differences between the two phones in my review videos. So let's go ahead and get into the Samsung Galaxy S6. One of the features that you're sure to notice right out of the gate is that Samsung has added a new theme engine to the Samsung Galaxy S6. You can now customize the icons, the wallpaper, and the entire look and feel of your device just by going into Settings and then scrolling to Themes, and then you have a number of options that are available to you. You'll see here that on my device I've installed the Avengers theme, and if you scroll through the shots for each theme, it'll show you the home screen, it'll show you the wallpaper for your lock screen, your caller or your dialer, your contacts list, and also how your messaging app will look. So it will replace the stock messaging app on TouchWiz. Of course, you can go back and choose the TouchWiz default theme at any time. We're all familiar with the default TouchWiz app, and so you can grab that anytime you want if you get tired of one of these more colorful themes. You can choose a space theme, which is installed by default. And you can choose a pink theme, which I haven't yet downloaded, but you can see right here how the pink theme looks, gives you the wallpaper, the contacts, etc. You also can go to the theme store and grab a number of other themes which range from more muted tones like purple, white, and black to character-driven tones like Hello Kitty and of course the Avengers theme, which I've already installed. So if you just look around, you can see here on my device I now have the Avengers icon, the Avengers wallpaper, and if you go into the app drawer, all of my other icons are also similarly themed. So are my settings menu, which is now in this red scheme for the Avengers. And if I go to my lock screen, you now have the Avengers wallpaper right there on your lock screen. So if you're interested in personalizing your device, it is a great option that Samsung has given you. Now you can personalize your device further than just the wallpaper by actually theming the entire device all at once.
Another great feature of the Samsung Galaxy S6 is its camera. The camera has a 16 megapixel sensor with an incredibly fast shutter. One of the great features is the double tap to access the camera directly from your home screen. You can see there that you can quick launch your camera. If we go back to the home screen and take a look, you can see just how rapid this is. Double tap and you're ready to take a picture. The fast shutter speed allows you to capture consecutive pictures quickly, and you can also take 30 shots incredibly rapidly using the rapid fire action by holding down the camera button. The Galaxy S6 camera takes great still shots, especially outside where you have plenty of light. You can see here in the picture of the flowers, we've got a great amount of light let into the photo, and the colors really pop because of the Samsung's Super AMOLED screen. You also have the option to edit your photos by cropping from inside the photo editor. You can make your photo smaller and then save that photo, and then you can do some refinements to your photo. For instance, we might want to edit the photo in this particular case, and we might want to go in and take a look at the brightness level. So here we can adjust the brightness level by turning it up a little bit, and if we turn it up, we see that Samsung will adjust the brightness, and we can now save that photo. The Galaxy S6 also has a fantastic 4K mode inside the video camera. You can see here with the shots that I've captured of the flowers that you can get great colors and capture fine detail with the 4K. You can also see that the Samsung Galaxy S6 has a great focusing capability when you're using the 4K. If you tap to focus, you can focus very quickly, as you can see here in the shot, and also you can blur out the background for selective focus, and it gives you great control over what you see in the shot. Now there are some things that aren't available in the 4K mode, and the things that are not available, of course, is optical image stabilization, which means that when you are shooting in 4K, you need to be a bit careful so that you actually get shots which are stabilized. But you can see that if you are using your phone handheld mode, you can capture some great shots and fine detail even without optical image stabilization.
Samsung has incorporated some great features into the Galaxy S6. One of those features is the ability to use your fingerprint to unlock the device. Once you've stored your fingerprints, you can use that to unlock the device, and if you go in lock screen and security, you can also choose when you lock the device whether or not you show notifications on your lock screen using the lollipop enabled notifications or not. You can see here if I go down to fingerprints, it'll ask me to verify my fingerprint. And then we see show content, hide content, or do not show notifications. So I'm showing content right now. And then you can also go down and in the security settings actually set the number of fingerprints that you want to be able to use. Right now I have 2 fingerprints added, one for my right thumb. I actually stored it twice, which is something I highly recommend that you do, and one for my left thumb, so that if I grab my phone with either hand I can open up the phone. It does take a little while for you to get down the number of angles that you need for it to recognize your thumbprint, and if you store your print twice, as you can see here, I have my right thumb stored under fingers 1 and 2, so it gives the Samsung Galaxy S6 a little bit better data set to recognize your finger. If you do that, this fingerprint scanner in my experience has been just as good as the fingerprint scanner for the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus with Touch ID. The key is to make sure you capture different angles on the fingerprint scanner as you're capturing your fingerprint. If you do this, that's going to give the Galaxy S6 more data so that when you actually, you can see there it's telling me to put my entire finger on the home button. If I do multiple angles, the Galaxy S6 now has all of that extra data to work with when I try to open the phone. This is a great feature because it makes it easy to secure your phone and still use the security features, unlike a pen or a swipe pattern which may be annoying to use. The Galaxy S6 has a fantastic screen with 2560 by 1440 resolution. The high PPI density really gives you very beautiful and vivid colors and allows you to see a lot of great action happening on your screen. So if you get the Samsung Galaxy S6, one thing you can count on for sure is that all of the colors on your screen are really going to pop. So if we go in and take a look in the gallery, you can see some of the photos that I've taken. Talk a little bit about the camera in a bit. All of these photos look very, very good, and the Samsung Galaxy S6 performs great in low light as well as really good light. So you can see here I took some pictures of the flowers during the day. Here I took a picture of my car at night, and still the pictures are quite good. And even indoors I took a picture of this mosaic. You can see that the colors are really, really good, and even indoors the lighting is very nice. So the actual screen on the Galaxy S6 is fantastic. You're going to get great colors, and it also gives you this very good crisp text that's really easy to read. The one thing that you will notice with the Samsung Galaxy S6 is that the battery life as a result of the screen is not as ideal as you might like. The Samsung Galaxy S6 does have a battery which will give you maybe 8 to 10 hours of very hard usage. If you take a look here, I ran some battery tests, and this past Saturday actually used the phone for the majority of the day, and I used it very, very aggressively on social media all day, I use my Galaxy Gear S paired to the Samsung Galaxy S6 all day. I used Bluetooth headphones to listen to music for about 3 hours that day. I also made a call that lasted about 30 minutes, and that was also made over my Bluetooth headset, my LG Tone Infinims. And you can see here we got about 9 hours of use with 5% remaining, and my screen on time for the day was 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 35 seconds. So for most people, that is probably pretty hard usage that I put the S6 through. But if you're a tech person like me, you're going to use a lot of Bluetooth devices with your Galaxy S6, so that's certainly something to keep in mind. The one thing that Samsung did do to help mitigate the issue of the battery life is that they actually included fast charging on the Samsung Galaxy S6. So on the bottom here, this port that is a regular micro USB port works with your fast adaptive charger, which comes in the box and allows you to get a very large amount of charge in a very small amount of time. This allows you to recharge your phone very quickly, so that if you're using your phone and you're at work, if you're at work at an office job like I do, you can put your phone on the charger and you're never going to have to worry about being out of juice because it takes such little time to charge. The other great feature that Samsung incorporated is wireless charging, and as you can see there, the Galaxy S6 will start charging. So wireless charging is something that certainly gives you a great option for charging up your phone, and it also makes it incredibly easy to charge up your phone. So this is something that sort of mitigates the issues of small battery life on the S6 and really makes it easy for you to choose the S6 if you have access to a wireless charger or a battery that you can actually carry around with you. For some users, they will find this inconvenient, however, and the battery life on the S6 itself can be described as mediocre at best. The build quality on the Galaxy S6 is fantastic. Samsung decided to make the move to an all-metal and glass construction going from the S5 to the S6. On the back here you can see my black model looks like blue when you shine light on the phone. This color effect is very beautiful, and it's one of the reasons why I recommend going with a colored model. You can also see the back is glass. It feels very premium in the hand, gives you a very good feel when you're using the phone. One thing to note is, since there is a glass back on the phone, it is recommended that you definitely use a case if you're going to be out, especially if you're going to be doing activities like working out or working in a strenuous job like a construction site, etc. If we look around the sides of the phone, we see the all-metal construction, and you can see at the top you've got the two antenna bands, which some people mistake as thinking this makes the phone look similar to the iPhone. I really don't see how people could say the phone looks similar. The only similarities really are the antenna bands on the top and the bottom, and then of course on the bottom you actually have a charging point, a headphone jack, and a speaker. And of course, there are only so many ways that you can make a charging port, headphone, and speaker arrangement on the bottom of a phone. So of course it looks somewhat similar to the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, but I would say that it doesn't look so similar that anyone should really be able to mistake the two phones.
You can see here the Samsung Galaxy S6 against the iPhone 6 Plus in gold. You can see on the bottom there are a couple similarities. We have the power, which is the micro USB on the S6, and the lightning adapter in the same spot, the speakers on the same spot, and the headphone jack. But you can see on the front the phones look very different, with different placements for the home button, different shapes. The volume button and the power buttons are also on same sides on each phone, but you can tell that it's very difficult to mistake these phones for one another.
Overall, the Samsung Galaxy S6 feels fantastic when using it in your hand, and even if you put a case on it, you're still going to be able to enjoy the all-premium construction when you're at home and using this phone without the case. I definitely recommend taking the case off your phone when at home and using this phone to actually enjoy the beauty that Samsung has constructed. The other bits of hardware that we have here are the actual speakers, which are actually much improved over the Samsung Galaxy S5. Let's take a look at the speakers and let's see how they sound. So if we go in and take a look into my SoundCloud, let's go ahead and give the speakers a test and see how good they sound on the Galaxy S6.
dots and hoes. I'm calling dots and hoes, not the ladies. It's a difference. Check it out. I need a lady, not a die. It's a reminder. Ladies want to be black queens, and dots want to be black china. Ladies like a man who work hard with some drive. And bitch, dots like fuck that. What kind of car does he drive? Ladies will cook for you, throw down and be chefing. Dots ready to fight, they throw down in a second. Ladies, they be faithful. Dots, they a cheater.
You can see the speakers here on the Galaxy S6 are very, very good and very, very loud. So I don't know if you can pick up how loud they are over the video, but they're quite loud. And the only thing that I would say is actually louder than the S6 speakers is, of course, the HTC One M9 and the M8 boom sound speakers, which are just fantastic. And those are front-facing speakers though. The speaker on the S6 is located on the bottom of the phone, and this is quite a very loud speaker for a speaker that's located here on the bottom edge of the phone. Well, that pretty much wraps up my Samsung Galaxy S6 detailed review. This phone overall is a great phone. If you want a phone that has a fantastic camera, if you want a phone that is going to give you the best screen you can possibly get, if you want a phone that has really good speakers, maybe not the best in the smartphone industry, but a really good set of speakers for listening to media, you're going to enjoy the Samsung Galaxy S6. In addition, if in the past you didn't like Samsung because they gave you a plastic phone, then you might love the new build, the glass back, the metal construction on the side. The overall feel in the hand of the phone is really, really good, and you'll really like that if you didn't like the plastic Samsung phones of the past. In addition, this phone overall has a great feature set, including the Fingerprint Scanner, which now is refined and works much better than it did on the S5. You also have built into the phone the new theme engine, which I showed you guys. You can personalize your phone even more than you ever could before on the S5 or any other Samsung phone. There are a few downsides to the S6, and the downsides to the S6 really come with the battery life. The screen is really fantastic, but it also has this ultra high pixel density at 2560 by 1440 resolution that really drains the battery really quickly. I showed you guys some of my battery tests, which give you about 9 hours of really heavy usage. That is using social media non-stop, listening to Bluetooth headphones and music for 3 or 4 hours, paired up to your smartwatch all day, using it with your car stereo over Bluetooth, making calls over a Bluetooth headset. If you use your phone a lot, this phone is not going to last you all day with battery life. Now the question is, does fast charging and the wireless charging capabilities that Samsung gave you as an option make up for that? And that's really for you to decide. Do you want to have to worry about charging your phone or placing it on the wireless charger during the day? Is that an option for you? If you can take your phone and you place it down at work on the wireless charger at your desk, this might not be a problem. But if you work outdoors, you work somewhere where you can't charge your phone, the Galaxy S6 battery might be a big issue for you. Just a few other things that I noticed that it didn't really fall into any other point of my review. The Galaxy S6 does not work with Android Auto. So if you have Android Auto like I do in my car, you won't be able to use this with Android Auto yet. I assume that Google is probably working on getting this to work with Android Auto. You can install the Android Auto app, which I actually did, but if you actually pair it with your head unit, your Android Auto head unit, it won't work. It'll tell you to check your phone. So that's an issue. Google needs to fix that. Please fix it as soon as possible. It's a flagship. It should work with Android Auto. In addition, the screen on the Galaxy S6 is very nice, but I have noticed that the auto brightness, so right now I have auto brightness turned off, but the auto brightness feature on this phone actually tends to over-dim the screen sometimes. So that's a bit annoying. I find when I have the auto brightness turned on, sometimes I would like to have a little bit better brightness level, especially when I'm outside in the Arizona sun. It's just a little too dim for me, and especially indoors, sometimes it dims it so much that I find the screen dark for reading. Lastly, the only other thing that's really a downside to the Galaxy S6 is that when you use the Galaxy S6, TouchWiz is still a little laggy. So you're not going to get the most fluid software experience in the world with the S6. It's still got a few little hiccups here and there. It is much improved. Samsung took a lot of bloatware off of the S6. That was fantastic. Really happy to see that. but you still have some chances for lag when you launch apps. Even if you go into developer options and turn off the animations, I've been using Android phones for a long time and I did all of those things, and you still have some lag on TouchWiz. There's just no way around it. TouchWiz is not the most smooth operating system that you're going to find in Android. At the end of the day, do I recommend you get a Galaxy S6? That's really depending on what you're looking for. If you want a great camera and you want a great screen and you don't mind a few laggy hiccups here and there, it's not really that bad, but occasionally it's going to happen. And if you don't mind getting that screen and camera at the cost of battery life, which is very, very mediocre on the S6, then the S6 might be a phone for you. It's certainly a great flagship. I definitely like it better than the Galaxy S5. Those are my overall thoughts on this phone. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Galaxy S6. If you did enjoy the review, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. If not, let me know in the comments what I can improve on. I'm trying to get better, trying to do these tech videos for you guys so that you can learn more about these products. I appreciate you guys watching my video, and I'll see you in the review for the HTC One M9.